first guest is an Emmy and Peabody Award-winning journalist, but most importantly, he's a brand new daddy. Please welcome Anderson Cooper.
Hey, how's it going?
Woo! Yay!
Good.
Anderson Cooper, yay!
How are you, Anderson?
I'm great. I'm like sort of blissfully happy. Yeah, I'm great. I can't stop smiling.
Yeah, you did. A lot of people are rescuing, adopting puppies during this time, and you decided, no, I'm going to get myself a baby.
Yeah, the shelter was all out of puppies, so I took the extra step. Yeah, no, I mean, I've wanted to have a family of my own forever and have kids. I love kids, and yeah, I never thought it'd be possible, and it's just incredible. I apologize. I actually, he just like burped up on me, and I just noticed that I have a stain of milk on my shirt. So, but sorry, I should have changed.
That's all right. I barely see it, and everything is allowed during this time. There it is. Yeah, it's Wyatt's DNA.
Yeah, it's anyway.
So this is interesting. Obviously, that you've been planning this for at least 9 months, but the timing of this, that it happened during this, is crazy.
Yeah.
But then it's also in a way beautiful because you get to be home with him all the time now.
It is, yeah. I mean, it's extraordinary. I actually was going into work up until about a couple of days before he was born. So I was still going to my office. I was pretty much kind of one of the only people in the office because everybody else is working from home. But now I'm working from home, and it's just amazing. I mean, I spend hours. You know how sometimes, like, I don't know, in the past I'd be on Instagram and suddenly like hours would go by and be like, oh my God, I'm never going to get those hours of my life back. I don't even check that anymore. I just like stare at him, and I can watch him for hours and hours and hours do nothing, and it's amazing.
That's really sweet.
I know, I bet, I'm sure, and especially when he smiles like that, and you wonder, like, what. They say it's gas, but it can't be. There must be something in that little head.
I don't know. I mean, he definitely is dreaming because he goes through a whole range of emotions on his face while he's sleeping. It's really, I mean, it's better than Netflix. It's better than, like, there's no point in streaming, and I can just sit there and stream him. I just watch him all the time. And now I have like a monitor where I can watch him on my phone, which is just obsessive.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I mean, I feel like that about my dogs and my cats, so I'm sure a human thing is actually probably more interesting.
Well, your dog and cats are probably doing more. Right now, he's just kind of sleeping and pooping and eating, but it's pretty fun.
But then every single day, and I know Andy Cohen is your friend, so you probably have been watching his baby, change every single day, and that's the beauty, is that every single day there's a new little thing.
Yeah, I mean, he's he's not even a month old. I mean, it's just, a little bit more than a week old or 2 weeks old. And he's already changed so much. And like, he got a little baby acne today. And I didn't even know that was a thing. I had to like Google it, and apparently it is a thing, and it goes away. And, but yeah, every day is different. And like, he's already focusing more his eyes, and it's so extraordinary. I mean, I know everybody always says this and how it changes everything. And I hate to be so cliche, but it's just it's astonishing. That's the word I keep using, astonishing. I'm completely astonished.
I'm so happy for you, and I'm going to send you some Proactive. That'll clear that right up.
I think it's a little early for that, maybe, but
well, I don't know, not really. So this is kind of a silly question, because I think I know the answer, but bringing a baby into the world during this time, well, I'll let you just say what you think.
It's scary. I mean, look, I certainly didn't plan, who knew that there would be this pandemic at this time. And obviously, I've actually reported about pandemics for, quite a long time, years and years and years ago, and years before this. So obviously it's always a possibility and something that we should have been better prepared for. But, it is what it is, and people throughout millennia have raised kids in difficult times and difficult circumstances, and I think it's life continues, and even when there is sadness and suffering, there's also joy and beauty. And I think it's important to be able to recognize both and live in a world that has both of those extremes, and to be able to function in that world. And I lost my mom died this past June. And so
Yeah. Sorry about that.
yeah, but in 1 year, to have this incredible juxtapositioning of my mom's life ending and her grandson's life beginning, it's just extraordinary.
And that's so Wyatt, the name comes from your family, right?
Yeah.
Tell me the whole.
Yeah, so my dad's name was Wyatt Cooper, and he was from Mississippi. He grew up poor on a farm, and he died when I was 10 years old. But he was an incredible parent, and very. He always wanted to have kids, and he wrote a book actually about my family and his family in the South, and he wrote it as sort of a letter to my brother and I, because I think he kind of knew he might not be around because he had heart disease. And so that letter has sort of been like a guidepost for me for much of my life. I read it probably once or twice a year. I read that book. And so I always knew if I had a son, and I would name him Wyatt. And Morgan is Wyatt's middle name, and that is my mom's grandmother's married name, my grandmother's maiden name. And so I wanted something from my mom, and yeah, it's and Morgan also, I've been going through my mom's stuff and organizing it in boxes over this past couple of months, and I found this list, that handwritten list in pencil that she and my dad had made of possible names for me before I was born, and Morgan was on the list. So I knew that they liked that name, so I thought, okay, let's do that.
That's great. That's a great name too, Wyatt Morgan.
Let's take a break.
Andy?
Yeah, take a break.
All right. Andy is in the yard and he's telling me to take a break, so I'll do that. I haven't seen you. You haven't been on the show in 10 years.
I can't believe that.
I know.
Was it because I didn't dance last time? I think maybe that's it. I
think we didn't invite you back because you didn't dance. That's exactly why.
But you know what? I actually did you a favor because it's painful.
I would like to see it one day, actually. I bet now you will dance. Having a son will make you dance.
Yeah.
But here you are talking about your son, your brand new baby, and you're openly gay now. You were not out at the time. And I remember having a conversation with you about that. I don't know if you remember that, but we did talk about it. And I'm really happy that, because you came out, and it's a freeing thing.
Yeah. Well, I'd always been, I came out of high school to my friends and my family and stuff, and was open at work, but just, yes, in a public way, I was not. I hadn't made a statement about it. And, I never, said I wasn't gay or tried to hide it or pretend anything else. I just chose, didn't want to talk about it. But it got to the point in my life where not saying something seemed like I was saying something. By not saying something, that seemed like I was indicating that I was somehow ashamed of something, or, not happy being gay. And the complete opposite has always been the case. And so, I consider it, along with Wyatt, one of the great blessings of my life to be gay. And so I felt bad that by not saying something, I seemed to be saying something. So even though I'm kind of painfully shy and introverted and stuff, I thought, okay, well, I want to say something. And so I did. And, I couldn't be happier. It's even though you think you're out, and even though you think you're, everybody knows and it doesn't matter, it does matter, and it makes a difference. And it's important to say, I think it's important for me to have said the word gay, that I'm gay, and I'm proud of it. It's fantastic. And it's,
it's important. It's important for people to see somebody and to be represented. I think there are a lot of people out there that don't feel like they're represented enough on television. And so that's to me the reason to do it.
I got to say, I remember being, I think it was like 1992 or maybe 93 in Los Angeles, and there was a big event, an event for equality, and you spoke at it, and I was in the audience, and it was like, there were thousands of people in the audience. And I just remember it being such this incredible thing when you came out on stage, and I just felt so proud of you. And as I still to this day do when I see you and all that you've achieved. So, I was late to I wish I'd done it sooner. And because it's just, you know, it's made some things more difficult in terms of work and where I travel. And, you know, I travel to a lot of countries where it's illegal and where they kill people because of it, or jail them. And so, you know, that's something I have to take into consideration, but I wouldn't change it for the world. And it's nice to, you know, I work for CNN, it's seen globally around the world. And so I'm glad that it sort of sends that message around the world.
Yeah, well, I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. And it is important.
Hi, I'm Andy. Ellen asked me to remind you to subscribe to her channel so you can see more awesome videos, like videos of me getting scared or saying embarrassing things, like ball peen hammer, and also some videos of Ellen and other celebrities, if you're into that sort of thing. God!